Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day. One of the things that I do on weekly basis is to buy stocks. I was about to do that. I've just added £300 into the account and I was about to purchase a few stocks. Then I was going through some of the questions that were asked the last 24 hours, even the last couple of weeks within the community. And I just wanted to address a couple of those things. So I thought, you know what? Let me address some of the questions. At the same time, I can show you in practice what I'm doing as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look. I have a trading 212 account and the ISA account, and that gives me £20,000 of allowance. Okay, so that's tax-free money. So every year I'm allowed to add £20,000. Okay, and then any capital gains I make or any dividends that I get, I don't have to pay taxes, and that's the beauty of this. So far, I've actually contributed to almost the £7,000. Okay, so I still have 13,000 left until the 7th of April 2023. Okay, so one of the questions that were asked recently was, when do you buy stocks? What's the best time to buy stocks? For me, as you know, it's every week, every month. I buy stocks on weekly basis. Okay, sometimes I don't buy one of the weeks. If I'm really busy, I don't get the time to do a little bit of research and stuff like that, then I don't do anything. Okay, so I don't buy it, but the following week I add that money. My plan is to at least add £1,000 every single month minimum. Some months I actually add more, some months I add less. Well, I don't think I've actually added less since I started investing, but I've always added more than £1,000 every single month. So what I normally do is I have my watch list of the companies that I'm interested and I want to invest in. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch that video where I talked about my watch list, okay, for the next 3 months. So I look at this, I normally take a picture and then I look at it every single month and I say, okay, what companies are still discounted? What companies can I actually add to the add to whatever? And that's what's called dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging is just refers to basically the practice of investing fixed amount. It doesn't have to be fixed, by the way, amounts of regular intervals. So £20 a week, £200 a week, 500, whatever you can contribute. And that way it's better to do that than actually try to time the market. And that's one of the things that I found easy, right? So I've been buying stocks every single week since I started investing. Every single week, apart from the weeks that I've been busy, and then I add the money the week after, right? And I found it that easier because if you look at my portfolio right now, it's kind of actually some of these companies. I was buying Amgen, for example, first when it was really overvalued. Then I start buying it when it was really down quite a bit. Then when it was basically fairly valued. And right now, as you can see, I'm 26% up. And I started investing in this company, I think about a year and a bit ago. So let me show you. So yeah, May of 2021. That's when I first bought this company. Okay. And since then, I've been dollar cost averaging every single month. Okay. I haven't bought anything in the last, since when was the last time? October 2021. Because I do feel like right now there are other opportunities out there. So what I'm doing is I'm identifying companies that feel like, are undervalued at the moment based on my valuations that I've got from Morningstar and other companies. I've got my margin of safety in place. So this is my price entry for these stocks that I actually listed here. And then all I need to do is every week just to have a look at that list and then buy the companies that I still feel like I need to add to more. Some companies are undervalued. For example, like ASML is still undervalued, but because I'm trying to reduce the tech companies, not reduce them, but at least not add money to them yet. Okay, I'm buying like consumer staples and consumer discretionaries and companies like that. So I'm trying, because I've owned a lot of tech, I don't try to add much of basically the technology sectors, right? So every single week, that's what I've been doing since I've actually started investing. And I think it worked for me so far really well. And this is one of the things that, the Warren Buffetts and all of these kind of basically say in terms of just staying in the market, not just dollar cost average. And they don't talk about that generally, but as long as you can, stay in the market, buy stocks and stay in the market. And that means just add to your stocks that you own already that are undervalued, that are really discounted right now, and so on. And what I'm going to show you right now is two things. Okay, so first I'm going to show you, I've done a little bit of rebalancing, so I'm going to talk about that. I did talk about this before. I mentioned this, but I haven't done it at the time. So as you can see, I now have 10 shares of Salesforce. I've sold, I think it was 5 shares. There we go. And I just made about less than £4. Okay, I wasn't interested. I was trying to break even first. Then I actually sold 5 stocks. That was £776. What happened to that money? Straight away went to public storage and RB. So these two companies, okay, let me quickly show you, just to be transparent. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly. So if you look at here, you can see, right, let me show you here. Yeah, there you go, Salesforce. And then I bought 2 shares of public storage. I bought 3.3 shares of RB. And then I got paid some dividends by Lowe's. And then public storage actually paid me £27 as a special dividends. Okay. And then I took that money and reinvested it back into Lowe's, okay, on that day, and then deposited £300 just today. So that's what's happened so far in the portfolio. So what I'm going to do today is show you the companies, what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I've got £300 here, and I'm going to invest that right now, just to be transparent, to show you that you can't really time the market. Right now, as we speak, the market, some stocks are up, some are down. Okay, I think Tesla is doing really well today because apparently they announced another split, as you can see. Okay, but right now majority of the companies are actually down. Nvidia actually came out today and just didn't give a good guidance for the next. I think they reduced it for that reason. It's almost 8% down. But yeah, so generally what some days are up, some days are down, and I don't really care. I'm not interested in that. Okay, so the two companies that I'm going to add to today is Lowe's. Okay, so the first one is Lowe's. So I'm going to buy 1 share. So the market is open right now. So 1 share of Lowe's will be £168. So I'm going to send that to the market. Okay, so that has been done straight away. That's the first one. And then the next, whatever is remaining, so the bit that's left, £132 that's left, is going to go to Medtronics. And both companies, I'm going to show you quickly why I've actually added them to my port, why I'm actually adding to them in a second. I'm going to explain that to you in a second. So £131 and 91 pence. So let's go in here, buy, and I can change the values. Okay, and this is the good thing about using trading 212. Okay, so you can buy fractional shares. So this will give me just, I think, let me just go, number of shares. It will be giving me almost 1.7 shares of Medtronic. Okay, so I'm going to send that to the market and see what happens. And as you can see, it's been executed, and that should be updated now. So if we go back to Lowe's, you can see now I own 11.5 shares, and that's what I had 10 before, and right now I own 24 shares, almost 25 shares of Medtronics. And that's what I do. So that 300 now has been spent straight into the market. And this is what I've been doing. Okay, every single week I do about 250 to 300. And what happens is, today is what, Monday, right? So what happens is, if the week, by the end of the week, if the stocks go down, and for example Medtronic is down another 6, 4, 5%, whatever, and I feel like, okay, it's a good buy, I will actually add to it. And this is what I've been doing. So the following week I might not actually add more, okay, more money to the portfolio, but I might actually just get some more this week and then forget about it next week. So this is what I've been doing, and this is what I think it works. Well, definitely works for me. It might work for you, it might not work for you. So if you're sitting there thinking, should I invest the money in the stock market, and you're not too sure, pick companies that you really like and you know their business and things like that. Okay, and dollar cost average every single week. Don't buy stocks that are overvalued, and I mean it genuinely. Like for example, companies like Procter & Gamble, I haven't touched in ages, okay, because I feel like they are a little bit overvalued. I own 10 shares. Genuinely, I would love to put another £2,000 to £3,000 into this company, right? But right now I can't. I just don't want to do that because it's too expensive. So I try to stick with my research. Okay, so the companies that I'm buying are the companies that I actually done research on. So for example, Medtronics is actually undervalued almost 23%, and Lowe's is only 2% overvalued apparently, but that is at the moment is fairly valued. And when you look at companies like Morningstar, okay, that's the company right now is up basically about 1 something percent, but when you look at their fair value is $209. Okay, now let's go back here. That is basically what is here, $209, right? But I gave myself $10 discount, so that's why I want $99. But it doesn't make a difference, give or take. I will not be strict and just stick with that. Some days I will pay more, some days I'll pay less. For that reason, you know, it worked for me, alhamdulillah, so far. So like I said to you before, just if you're sitting there thinking about should I invest in the market and so on, pick companies that you know, do your research. Once you're comfortable, then obviously start investing. Like I've always said to you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Like you can see here, I'm picking stocks because genuinely it's because I've done my research and so on, but I'm going with my gut feelings as well, companies that I know and so on. So you should always do your research, okay? Don't just rely on somebody else, but just to make sure that you are staying in the market, your dollar cost averaging. These things do go up, they will go down, but as long as you discipline and you stop dollar cost average every single month, then you would have a problem. So I want to share with you guys that, just because I know some of you have asked the questions about what I should be in, you know, if this is a good time to invest in the market and so on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.